Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question that will shake the foundations of how you see your life, what drives you. Why do you get up every morning? Why do you push through challenges? Why do you strive, love, fight, and dream? You see, the truth is most of us never pause long enough to confront this question. And yet, everything we do, every decision we make, and every action we take stems from the answer. This is not just a speech, it's an exploration, a journey into the core of what makes us human. And here's why you need to stay with me until the very end, because if you unlock the secret of why you do what you do, you'll gain the ability to transform how you live, love, and lead. Imagine that for a moment of life where you control the script, where you're not just reacting to the world, but actively shaping it. Let's dive in, because by the end of this journey, you won't just understand why you do what you do, you'll know how to channel that understanding into creating the life you've always dreamed of. Are you ready? Let's go. Our actions, our choices, and the paths we walk in life are not random. They're guided by a deep and often unspoken force, the need for purpose. This is the invisible thread that connects every decision we make, whether consciously or subconsciously. Purpose is what wakes us up in the morning, gives us the strength to face adversity, and fills our lives with meaning. Without it, even the most seemingly successful life can feel hollow, while a person with purpose can find joy and fulfillment, even in the simplest of moments. But why is purpose so powerful? It's because purpose taps into the very essence of what it means to be human. We are creatures of meaning. From the moment we're born, we begin searching for answers. Why is the sky blue? Why does the sun rise? Why am I here? This search isn't just intellectual, it's emotional and spiritual. When we find a purpose, it satisfies something deep within us. It gives us direction, focus, and most importantly, a reason to keep going, even when life gets tough. Think about the most inspiring stories you've ever heard. What do they all have in common? It's not that the people in those stories were born with special advantages. In fact, many of them faced overwhelming odds, poverty, sickness, loss, rejection. What made them extraordinary was their ability to find a purpose that was bigger than their pain. Their purpose became the anchor that kept them grounded and the fire that kept them moving forward. The truth is, purpose is not something we are handed. It's something we uncover. And often it's hiding in plain sight. It's in the things we care about, the causes that ignite our passion, and the people we love. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as being the best parent you can be, creating something meaningful, or helping one person at a time. What matters is that it resonates with you on a soul deep level. Purpose is also dynamic. It evolves as we grow. The purpose that drives you at 20 might not be the same purpose that fuels you at 40 or 60. And that's okay. The beauty of life is that it gives us opportunities to rediscover and redefine our purpose over and over again. But here's the challenge in today's world. It's easy to lose sight of our purpose. We get caught up in the noise chasing money, status, or the approval of others. We scroll through social media, comparing our lives to carefully curated snapshots of other people's successes. In the process, we forget to look inward and ask ourselves the most important question: what truly matters to me? Finding purpose requires intentionality. It demands that we take a step back from the busyness of life and listen to the quiet voice within us. It's about asking the hard questions: what makes my heart come alive? What am I willing to fight for, even when it's difficult? What legacy do I want to leave behind? These questions may not have easy answers, but the act of searching for them is transformative. When we live with purpose, something incredible happens. Our actions become aligned with our values. Our energy becomes focused. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones. Purpose gives us clarity, and with clarity comes power, the power to persevere, to inspire, and to create change. Purpose also has a ripple effect. When you live with purpose, it's contagious. People are drawn to your energy, your passion, and your conviction. You become a beacon for others, showing them what's possible when you live a life guided by meaning. This is how purpose transcends the individual and begins to impact the world. The beauty of purpose is that it doesn't discriminate. It's available to everyone, regardless of their background, circumstances, or past mistakes. It doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. What matters is where you're going. Purpose invites all of us to step into a life of intention and fulfillment. So why do we do what we do? At the core, it's because we're searching for something bigger than ourselves, a reason to strive, to grow, to love, and to contribute. When we find that reason, everything changes. Life takes on a richness and depth that no amount of material success can replicate. We begin to live not just for ourselves, but for something greater. If you've ever felt lost, if you've ever questioned the point of it all, know this, your purpose is out there. It's waiting for you to uncover it. And when you do, it will unlock a life of passion, resilience, and joy. This is why purpose matters. This is why we do what we do. Our behavior is shaped by one of the most fundamental forces in human nature, the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. This duality governs nearly every decision we make, whether we are aware of it or not. It's the invisible force behind why we chase certain dreams, avoid particular risks, or stay stuck in patterns that don't serve us. It's the most basic principle of human psychology, yet its implications are profound and far-reaching. Think about it, everything you do, from the smallest actions to the most significant decisions, comes down to this simple equation: will this bring me pleasure, or will it bring me pleasure, or will it bring me pain? At first glance, it seems obvious. Of course, we want to feel good and avoid discomfort. But the real insight comes when we begin to understand how our perception of pain and pleasure often dictates our lives more than the actual experience of them. Our brains are wired to amplify this effect. We're constantly evaluating situations consciously or subconsciously and assigning meaning to them. For example, let's say you want to start a new career or pursue a bold goal. Your mind immediately begins to calculate, what if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm not good enough? The perceived pain of failure or rejection can outweigh the potential pleasure of success, leading us to stay in our comfort zone even when that comfort zone doesn't truly serve us. This mechanism doesn't just apply to big life decisions, it influences our habits and day-to-day behavior as well. Why do some people struggle to break free from unhealthy patterns, even when they know those habits are harmful? It's because in the moment, the perceived pleasure of indulging in that behavior outweighs the long-term pain it might bring. Conversely, the perceived pain of change, whether it's the effort required, the fear of the unknown, or the discomfort of breaking routine, feels greater than the pleasure of the possible reward. But here's the good news: once you understand this dynamic, you can start to take control. You can begin to shift your perspective and rewire how you experience pain and pleasure. It starts with awareness. Ask yourself, what pain am I avoiding by staying where I am? And what pleasure am I giving up by not taking action? Often we don't fully realize the cost of inaction until we force ourselves to confront it. This process requires honesty and courage. Sometimes we have to face the hard truth that the short-term comfort we're clinging to is holding us back from the long-term joy we desire. But here's the empowering part: you can flip the script. You can train your mind to associate more pain with staying stagnant and more pleasure with taking action. The moment you shift these associations, your behavior begins to change naturally, without the constant need for willpower. And it's not just about pain and pleasure for yourself, it's about the meaning you attach to them. For many, the deepest pleasure comes from contributing to something greater than themselves, while the greatest pain is the thought of leaving this world without making an impact. When you tie your actions to a higher purpose, the equation changes. Suddenly, the fear of failure is outweighed by the joy of making a difference. The discomfort of hard work becomes a small price to pay for the satisfaction of growth and contribution. Understanding the power of pain and pleasure is like discovering the operating system of your mind. It's always running in the background, influencing your choices and shaping your destiny. But once you learn to reprogram it, you gain a new level of freedom. You're no longer a slave to fear or short-term gratification. You become the architect of your life. This is why pain and pleasure matter. They're not just forces to be avoided or chased, they're tools to be harnessed. When you master this principle, you unlock the ability to align your actions with your deepest values and live a life of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Beliefs are the foundation of everything we do. They shape the lens through which we see the world, the stories we tell ourselves, and the decisions we make. Whether we realize it or not, Our beliefs act as the silent architects of our lives, constructing the framework within which we operate. The way we think about ourselves, others, and the possibilities of life stems from these deeply ingrained mental structures. What makes beliefs so powerful is that they operate beneath the surface of our awareness. Most of the time, we don't consciously evaluate them. They're just there directing our actions and reactions without us even realizing it. But here's the truth: every belief we hold, whether empowering or limiting, has been learned. And because it was learned, it can also be unlearned or transformed. Take a moment to think about where your beliefs come from. Many of them were formed in childhood, shaped by the people around us, our parents, teachers, friends, and the culture we were immersed in. These influences planted seeds in our minds that grew into assumptions about what's possible, what we deserve, and how the world works. Some of these beliefs serve us well, giving us confidence, hope, and direction. But others act as invisible barriers, holding us back from achieving our full potential. For example, consider someone who believes they're not good with money. This belief might have been formed after a few financial mistakes or based on messages they heard growing up. Over time, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They avoid learning about finances, make choices that reinforce their belief, and feel stuck in a cycle of struggle. Yet the truth is, the belief itself, not their inherent ability, is what's keeping them from improving. The same principle applies to all areas of life. Beliefs about our worth, our intelligence, our capacity to succeed, or our ability to love and be loved, all of these determine how we show up in the world. If we believe we're capable, we take bold action. If we believe we're not, we hesitate, procrastinate, or give up before we even try. The good news is that beliefs are not fixed, they're malleable. The first step to transforming them is awareness. You must identify the beliefs that are limiting you and question their validity. Where did this belief come from? Is it based on fact, or is it a story I've been telling myself? And most importantly, is this belief serving me, or is it holding me back? Once you've identified a limiting belief, the next step is to replace it with an empowering one. This isn't about wishful thinking or ignoring reality. It's about choosing a belief that aligns with your potential rather than your fear. For example, instead of "I'm not good with money," you might adopt the belief "I'm capable of learning how to manage my finances." It's not about pretending you're already an expert. It's about opening the door to possibility. Changing beliefs takes effort because they're deeply ingrained. It requires repetition, practice, and evidence. You have to actively seek out experiences and information that support your new belief. Over time, as the new belief gains strength, it begins to replace the old one. And with that shift, your actions, outcomes, and life begin to change. Here's the most exciting part: when you transform your beliefs, you don't just change your own life, you change the world around you. Your beliefs influence how you interact with others, how you approach challenges, and the energy you bring to every situation. By shifting from a mindset of limitation to one of possibility, you inspire those around you to do the same. Beliefs are not just thoughts in your head, they're the foundation of your reality. If you want to change what you do, you must first change what you believe. And when you take control of your beliefs, you unlock the power to design a life that reflects your greatest hopes, dreams, and potential. This is the essence of why beliefs matter. They are the key to everything you do and everything you can become. Emotions are the driving force behind everything we do. They are the energy that fuels our decisions, the lens through which we interpret our experiences, and the spark that ignites action. While logic and reason have their place, it's our emotions that ultimately move us to act or hold us back from doing so. Whether we realize it or not, the quality of our emotional state directly influences the quality of our lives. When you think about the most pivotal moments in your life, what stands out? It's not just the facts of what happened, it's how those moments made you feel. Joy, excitement, fear, anger, love, or even despair, these emotions were the catalyst for change, growth, or reflection. Emotions are powerful because they create a sense of urgency and meaning. They're what push us to take a risk, have a difficult conversation, or pursue a goal with unrelenting determination. But emotions are not just reactions to external events, they're also shaped by our internal state. How we perceive a situation often depends less on what's happening and more on the emotional lens we're wearing. For example, imagine two people facing the same challenge. One feels overwhelmed and defeated, while the other feels motivated and energized. The difference isn't the challenge itself, it's the emotional state each person brings to it. This is why managing our emotional state is so crucial. When we allow ourselves to be ruled by negative emotions like fear, doubt, or frustration, we limit our ability to think clearly, make good decisions, and take meaningful action. On the other hand, when we cultivate empowering emotions like confidence, gratitude, and enthusiasm, we open the door to creativity, resilience, and progress. The key to mastering our emotions is understanding that we have the power to influence them. Too often, we believe that emotions just happen to us, that they're triggered by external circumstances and are beyond our control. While it's true that external events can spark emotional responses, we always have a choice in how we interpret and respond to those events. For instance, let's say you face a setback, like losing a job or facing rejection. The initial wave of disappointment or fear is natural, but what happens next is up to you. Do you dwell on the pain and allow it to spiral into hopelessness? Or do you choose to see the setback as an opportunity for growth, a chance to recalibrate and pursue something even better? The way you frame the situation determines the emotional state you create for yourself. One of the most powerful tools for shaping our emotions is focus. What we focus on grows. If we constantly dwell on what's wrong, what's missing, or what might go wrong, we amplify feelings of stress and anxiety. But if we choose to focus on what's good, what we're capable of, and what we can control, we cultivate emotions of strength and optimism. This shift in focus doesn't change the circumstances, it changes our perspective. And that perspective changes how we feel and act. Another critical tool is physiology. Our physical state and emotional state are deeply connected. Think about how your body reacts when you're feeling confident versus when you're feeling scared or defeated. Confidence often comes with an upright posture, a strong voice, and steady breathing, while fear or sadness might manifest as slumped shoulders, shallow breaths, or a tense body. By intentionally changing your physical state, standing tall, taking deep breaths, moving with purpose, you can influence your emotional state in an instant. Ultimately, emotions are a gift. They're not something to suppress or fear, they're signals that guide us. Fear can alert us to danger. Joy can show us what we truly value. And frustration can be a sign that we're ready for change. When we listen to our emotions without being controlled by them, we gain access to their wisdom while staying in the driver's seat of our lives. The mastery of emotions isn't about eliminating the negative ones, it's about learning to navigate them. It's about recognizing that while emotions are powerful, we are even more powerful. We have the ability to choose our focus, shift our perspective, and create the emotional states that empower us to live fully and act with purpose. When we harness this power, we don't just change how we feel, we change how we show up in the world, and that changes everything. Vision is one of the most powerful forces in the human experience. It's not just about seeing what's in front of you, it's about imagining what could be. Vision is the ability to look beyond the present moment, to dream of a future that doesn't yet exist, and to believe in your power to create it. Without a clear vision, life becomes directionless. We find ourselves drifting, reacting to circumstances rather than shaping them. But with a compelling vision, we gain focus, energy, and a sense of purpose that can propel us toward extraordinary outcomes. When we talk about vision, we're talking about more than just goals. Goals are specific targets we aim for, but vision is much bigger than that. It's the overarching picture of the life we want to create, the legacy we want to leave, and the person we want to become. It's the why that gives our goals meaning. Goals can be achieved and checked off a list, but a vision is something we continually strive toward. It's a source of inspiration that evolves and grows with us. Vision is what separates those who simply exist from those who truly live. It's the difference between being a passenger in life and being the driver. Without vision, we settle for what's familiar, even if it's not fulfilling. We go through the motions, doing what's expected or what feels safe, but we miss out on the richness and excitement of living with intention. A powerful vision, on the other hand, pulls us forward. It gives us a reason to wake up every day with enthusiasm and purpose. The strength of a vision lies in its clarity. A vague or undefined vision doesn't inspire action. It's like trying to navigate without a map. The more vivid and specific your vision is, the more it will energize you. Think about it when you picture your ideal future. Can you see it clearly in your mind? Can you feel what it would be like to live that life? The clearer the image, the more real and achievable it becomes. This emotional connection is crucial because it creates a sense of certainty and commitment. But vision alone isn't enough. It must be coupled with action. A vision without action is just a dream, while action without vision is aimless effort. The magic happens when the two come together, when your vision inspires you to take bold steps, and each step brings your vision closer to reality. This is the process of transformation, where what once existed only in your imagination becomes tangible and real. Creating a vision requires courage. It means daring to dream big, even when you don't know exactly how you'll get there. It means allowing yourself to imagine a future that's better than your past or present, even if it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. Many people shy away from this because they're afraid of failure, rejection, or disappointment. But the truth is, the greatest risk isn't aiming too high and falling short. It's aiming too low and hitting the mark. A powerful vision also requires faith, not blind faith, but the belief that with effort, persistence, and learning, you can turn your vision into reality. It's the faith to keep going when obstacles arise and the path forward isn't clear. Vision doesn't guarantee an easy journey, but it gives you the strength to persevere, adapt, and grow along the way. Your vision doesn't have to be perfect or complete from the start. It can begin as a spark, a feeling, an idea, or a dream that excites you. Over time, as you reflect, take action, and gain clarity, that spark will grow into a bright and compelling picture of your future. And as your vision becomes more defined, it will guide your decisions, shape your priorities, and inspire you to take meaningful action every day. Ultimately, vision is about possibility. It's about believing that your life can be more than it is today and taking ownership of your ability to make it so. It's about imagining a future that excites you and then committing to the process of making it real. When you live with vision, you don't just hope for a better life, you create it. And in doing so, you not only transform your own life, but also inspire others to dream and act boldly. Vision is the spark that lights the fire of change, and when you nurture that fire, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The decisions we make define the direction of our lives. Every day we are faced with choices, some big, some small, that ultimately shape our future. What we decide to do, what we decide not to do, who we choose to spend time with, what opportunities we take or let pass by, all add up to the story of our lives. And the truth is, every decision, no matter how minor it seems at the time, carries weight. It has the potential to shift our trajectory and impact the person we become. At first glance, it might seem like we make decisions in a logical and thought-out manner, but in reality, many of our decisions are influenced by subconscious factors, our beliefs, our emotions, our past experiences. In many cases, we don't even recognize how much of our decision-making is automatic. We fall into patterns based on habits, assumptions, or fears that drive us to make choices without truly considering their long-term impact. The most successful and fulfilled people, however, don't leave their decisions to chance. They take responsibility for them and make decisions with intention. They understand that they are the architects of their lives, and every choice is an opportunity to build the future they want. But this doesn't mean that they are perfect or always make the right decisions. Instead, they have learned how to make decisions in alignment with their values and vision, understanding that even mistakes can lead to growth and learning. One of the most powerful aspects of decision-making is recognizing that we have the ability to choose. In any situation, there are always options. Even when it feels like there's only one path, there's usually another way or a different perspective that we haven't considered. The challenge lies in cultivating the awareness to see all of our options, as well as the courage to choose the path that truly serves us, even if it's not the easiest or most comfortable option. A crucial part of this process is learning how to make decisions based on long-term goals, not short-term gratification. Many times we are tempted by the immediate rewards of a decision, the comfort, the pleasure, the relief from pain, but these choices often don't serve us in the long run. Whether it's indulging in a temporary escape or avoiding a difficult but necessary conversation, these choices may feel good in the moment, but leave us feeling unfulfilled or stuck in the long term. On the other hand, when we make decisions that align with our higher purpose and long-term goals, the benefits compound over time. These choices might be challenging in the short term, whether it's the effort to build a new skill, face a fear, or take a risk, but they move us closer to the person we want to become. Making effective decisions also requires being present. When we are caught up in the noise of daily life or stuck in the past or future, it's hard to see clearly and make decisions that align with our true desires. We need to create space to reflect and listen to our intuition, to tune out distractions, and make choices from a place of calm, clarity, and focus. The more we practice this mindful approach to decision making, the more confident and empowered we become. The power of decisions extends beyond personal impact. They also influence those around us. Our choices have a ripple effect. When we choose to act with integrity, to face challenges head on, or to prioritize the well-being of others, we inspire those around us to do the same. Leaders, whether in the workplace, at home, or in the community, understand the weight of their decisions and how they affect the culture, the environment, and the people they lead. By making decisions that reflect their highest values, they set a powerful example for others to follow. Ultimately, our lives are the sum of the decisions we make. They are the brushstrokes that create the masterpiece of our existence. The more consciously and deliberately we make decisions, the more we align ourselves with the life we truly want to create. Decisions shape our destiny, and when we take full ownership of them, we empower ourselves to live a life of purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment.